Hello, I'm John Zimmerman, and welcome to the first episode of Constellation Chat, a new mini-series that talks about the constellations that make up the night sky and the fantastic tales that they hold. I guarantee you that by the end of this mini-series, your knowledge of the constellations will grow, and perhaps you'll want to go out under the night sky and look for them yourself. We're going to start off by dipping our toes into the constellation pool. Let's ask a very important question. Where did the constellations come from? Well, to begin answering this question, I'm going to say this. For thousands of years, people have looked up at the night sky and tried to figure out exactly what it was. Each star was considered a god, so the night sky was divine. Each one was fixed in position relative to the others. They would appear to rise in the east and set in the west night after night. So imagine how awesome and mystical the night sky seemed to our ancient ancestors. To our ancestors, the stars were at the top of a great sphere. They were unreachable, and we were at the center of this great sphere. And this sphere would repeatedly rotate. The stars would appear to rise in the east and set in the west. Over time, the stars you could see would change, but 1 year later, the stars would be in exactly the same place. For example, if your birthday fell on January 1st and you went outside and stargazed every January 1st for as long as you lived, the stars would appear in exactly the same place year after year. This is why the stars served as a primitive clock for our ancestors. The stars you can see depends exactly where on Earth you're observing from. There are 88 constellations in the night sky, but not everyone can see all of them. The only place on Earth where you can see all 88 constellations at the exact same time is at the equator. However, our question still remains unanswered. Where did the constellations come from? Well, your brain likes to make order out of confusion. The distribution of the stars is random, yet your mind likes to make patterns. So, our ancestors spent their nights making patterns out of the brightest stars that they saw. And these patterns became known as the constellations. Some of them were named for animals, and some of them were named after people. They would often make up tales about the star patterns they created, and they were passed down by word of mouth from generation to generation. These stories would often tell tales of love, honor, or courage. Yet, unfortunately, because of street lighting, many of the fainter stars fade away, becoming invisible to us. Yet, if you're lucky enough to be far away from city lights, do as our ancestors did and connect the dots yourself. Maybe you too will make up your own constellations. So, that is it for the first episode of Constellation Chat. I truly hope you enjoyed it. In the next episode, we'll delve deeper into the constellation pool and talk about a star pattern that has fascinated many cultures throughout history and has become one of my favorites. And once I tell you about it, it will probably be one of your favorites too. If you would like to give me a shout out, feel free to do so. The email address right at the bottom of your screen. It's right down there. I'm John Zimmerman, and thanks for watching Constellation Chat.